How does international humanitarian law prohibit sexual violence in conflict? Have you ever wondered how international humanitarian law protects individuals from sexual violence during armed conflicts? This is a vital topic that affects countless lives. International humanitarian law, often referred to as IHL, sets clear rules for how hostilities should be conducted and emphasizes the protection of people during conflicts. One of the key aspects of IHL is its strong stance against sexual violence. IHL explicitly prohibits all forms of sexual violence in conflict. This includes acts like rape, sexual slavery, enforced prostitution, forced pregnancy, and enforced sterilization. These acts are recognized as grave breaches and classified as war crimes. The Geneva Conventions, which form the backbone of IHL, along with their additional protocols, lay out these prohibitions clearly. The Fourth Geneva Convention is particularly important as it protects civilians, including women, from such abuses. Common Article 3 of the Geneva Conventions and additional protocols I and Roman II also play a significant role. They prohibit violence to life and person, cruel treatment, torture, and outrages upon personal dignity. This language implicitly includes sexual violence, making it clear that such acts are unacceptable. Moreover, additional Protocol Roman II specifically bans rape, enforced prostitution, and indecent assault during non-international armed conflicts. This broad protection extends to everyone affected by conflict: women, men, girls, and boys. The law acknowledges the severe physical and psychological harm caused by sexual violence. States that are party to IHL have a responsibility to prevent these crimes. They must criminalize sexual violence in their domestic laws and take action to investigate and prosecute those who commit these acts. If necessary, they should extradite perpetrators to face justice. Additionally, victims of sexual violence must have access to health care, justice, and reparations. International criminal law reinforces these prohibitions. The Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court classifies sexual violence as war crimes and crimes against humanity. In some cases, these acts can even be linked to genocide. A principle known as command responsibility holds military and civilian leaders accountable if they knew or should have known about sexual violence committed by their subordinates and failed to act. In practice, these legal frameworks requiring armed forces and parties in conflict to train their personnel on the prohibition of sexual violence. They must implement measures to protect civilians and cooperate with international mechanisms that investigate violations. The goal of IHL is to ensure the dignity and physical integrity of civilians, making it clear that sexual violence is never permissible, regardless of the circumstances of war. Through explicit treaty provisions and international accountability, international humanitarian law firmly prohibits sexual violence in conflict. This is a fundamental aspect of protecting civilians and maintaining humane conduct during hostilities.